Hey, so are social media algorithms negatively affecting comic book Kickstarter promotion? That's the question that I want to tackle today. And this is something that I know a lot of creators, I see a lot of creators complaining about this a lot of times in Facebook groups or other places on the internet. Sometimes it's complaining about Twitter. And it's this feeling of, hey, I'm posting about my Kickstarter campaign. I'm sending out these tweets. I'm posting on Instagram. I'm posting on my Facebook page. I'm posting on my all over the place. And it just feels like I'm getting crickets to these posts. And you sort of have this suspicion or this feeling that the algorithm just like doesn't share your stuff anymore. And as a result, it doesn't result in backers. So that's what I want to talk about a little bit today. Hey, I'm Tyler James. I'm the host of the Comics Launch podcast. I have launched now 20 Kickstarter campaigns. My latest launch is a launch for these guys. It's a brand that I built with Jason Chiaramella and Greg Murphy, and it's called Seas for Cthulhu. And this is actually the 8th launch for the Seas for Cthulhu team. We had about a $13,000 day one, which was pretty darn cool, especially amid what is a crazy time as I'm recording this. We're still right in the heart of COVID season, everyone. So, but thankfully, people are still backing and supporting projects on Kickstarter. If you are new to my channel or you are planning a Kickstarter of your own, I would love to invite you to go download a free resource I put together for you. It's called the Free Successful Comic Book Kickstarter Roadmap. If you go to comicslaunch.com/roadmap, you can grab that free resource and it'll help you plan your next launch, especially if you're someone that's like, you've got all these ideas, but you're having trouble putting them in an organized fashion, step-by-step fashion. This roadmap will help lay those out for you. But what I really want to talk about today is something that I know holds a lot of creators back from launching, and also frustrates a lot of creators that are in the midst of launching. And this is the idea that social media algorithms just aren't pushing your Kickstarter related content when you're launching, or they're burying your posts. I saw a post last year that Russell Nolte did, where he compared some of his earlier launches and the percentage of funding that was being driven from Facebook to his more recent launches, and the numbers had just sort of dropped off a cliff. Whereas Facebook was like one of his number one sources several years ago, now it was sort of a minuscule amount. So there is a lot of evidence out there that algorithms are, killing social media promotional posts. And what can we do about this? And so one thing that I want to just start by observing is that the algorithm and social media algorithms, they're actually working better than they've ever worked before at doing what they are designed to do. Okay. What are social media algorithms designed to do? They are designed to push and promote and put out into the feed and go viral stuff that gets engagement and gets people to interact with that content, and to do it on that platform. An example, and I don't recommend this. This is an anti-Kickstarter pro tip. I should know better, but sometimes you can't help myself. Launch day was on Wednesday morning. Well, Tuesday afternoon, I saw something that just really got my goat. It was political and it was COVID related. And I happened to make a post, just a short post, no image, no nothing, just a little bit of content, just a little bit of post, couple sentences is all it was. But within an hour, that post had gotten, dozens of comments. And then by the end of a 24-hour cycle, that post had racked up over 250 comments, many of them vitriolic, many of them sort of rehashing every political debate that has gone on over the past, 5 years, 6 years, or what have you. It got ugly. There's back and forth. And the comments just racked up. And guess what? That kind of post is exactly what the Facebook algorithm is designed to promote. It's designed to push stuff that people will engage with. And what people will engage with more than anything else is outrage and something that they can take sides on, and then something that encourages or just drives a back and forth that sucks people's attention away from their job, their work, their important stuff that they have to do, like launching a Kickstarter page. That's why I say I don't recommend it. I don't recommend doing that, especially right before a launch, because it'll pull your attention away and take your eye away from the ball. But the algorithm's doing what the algorithm was designed to do. And so it's important for us to know that when we put out a promotional post saying, hey, here's an image of my Kickstarter campaign, here's a link to my Kickstarter campaign, go back it, that post is exactly the kind of content that Facebook has no real interest or incentive to share. Especially, and why is that? Well, because it's a kind of post that's designed to take you away from Facebook or Twitter or Instagram and go somewhere else. There's no incentive for them to share and promote and to push out into the feed that kind of content. And so this is one of the reasons why when I was working on my launch and planning my launch day strategies and doing all the things that go up into a launch. And I've got a laundry list, and I teach this inside of my program, Comics Launch Pro, and I've got the checklist, the cheat sheets, and everything. But like many of you, I am dealing with the same time constraints and extra parenting duties and extra just work and workload and mental cognitive load that has been caused by this crisis. And so as a result, even though I know here's all of the things I could be doing during a Kickstarter launch, here's all of the strategies I have, and I've probably forgotten more strategies than I employ at this point, which is why I document them all inside of the Comics Launch Pro program, and why I share them with other creators so that they keep doing them, and then I get reminded about stuff that I had success with because I see other creators like taking my strategies and doing it again. It's like, okay, good. That's a good reminder. But for me, when it came to this launch, I couldn't do everything that I would usually want to do in the lead up to a launch. I just did not have the time. And so one of the things that for me personally, that got pushed to the bottom of the to-do list and pushed to do it, but it's not essential, and it's not essential for a successful day one and a successful launch, was social media promotion, right? I did not spend the whole morning of our launch posting on Twitter and Facebook and social. I may have done one post here or there and a couple posts here and there. And, even in the past, what I would do is I would block out time and schedule all of my posts to go out so that they would just be done, or I'd hire someone to do that. I didn't even do that this time around, but it didn't stop us from having a very successful launch day, over 13K, over about 200 backers or so. Great start to our latest campaign. And the thing that I want you all to know is that, yes, the algorithms on social media have no real strong interest or incentive to pushing out your Kickstarter promotional content. But that absolutely does not mean that fact, that reality here in 2020 and beyond, and it's been this way for a while now. This is nothing new. There was a time when, social media was pushing like crazy Kickstarter promotion stuff. But that's not the time that we're in now. But the fact that we're not living in that time anymore absolutely positively does not mean that is killing Kickstarter promotion, because social media savvy, relying on the social media algorithms, is not a prerequisite to Kickstarter success. What we teach inside of Comics Launch Pro, what I've been preaching, is a couple of things that really do make a big difference in your success. First and foremost, that's having a great product, or as great a product as you are capable of creating right now at this time, right? So having a great product, and you know it's a great product because you know who you're creating it for. And as you're creating it, you've been building a list of fans and of people that are excited about what you're doing, know about what you're doing, and might want to buy it when you go and launch it, right? And so, yes, those people could follow you on social media, but inside my program, we put an absolute premium priority and focus on building up your email launch list, because that's the place where people are most likely to see your messaging when you put it out, because that the algorithms aren't behind that, right? Whether or not an algorithm is crushing your stuff, that has no bearing on whether or not your email that you send goes into their inbox. And so that's one of the key reasons. We also know, and statistically it's been proven, that people that see your message in their inbox and see a link to your Kickstarter in your inbox, they're far more likely to click that link and leave their inbox than they are likely to leave their social media scrolls. People just stay. I mean, you've probably seen, you've probably noticed yourself. You've probably seen other people. I see, my wife or my stepdaughter, like all the time, like they're just scroll, da da da, scroll, da da da, scroll, but they're staying in the social media platform. But that's not the case with email inbox. Like with inbox, think about your behavior, right? You want to get in, get out, get in, get out, get in, get out. You're always bouncing in and out of your inbox, because inbox is really, it's a business tool. It's a tool where you're doing business. And guess what? When you launch a Kickstarter campaign, that's doing business. And so, yeah, great product, email list of fans that know about it. And then the other thing that I do teach is having the ability to put your offer, your message, your Kickstarter campaign in front of a lot more people that are like the people that are already into your thing, and the ability to control getting in front of more of those people. One of the ways that I do that is using Facebook ads. And so, and that is different than posting and expecting your post to just get picked up or get pushed into the feed. Like, I have no control over what percentage of people in my news feed that are following me or in my news feed see my organic posts, see things that I post on my Facebook page or my other stuff. I have no control over what percentage that is. However, when I use an ads platform, I actually absolutely do have a control over what percentage and how many people I get to reach with that message. And so, like this video now, I'm putting this video out right now. This is an organic post. And so one of the things that I will share with you, if you are going to be doing organic, if you do want to take advantage of whatever social media algorithms are doing right now, doing live video like this video that I'm doing right here to promote your Kickstarter campaigns is actually a very smart move, because of all of the content that people are creating, it's live video that the platforms are actually giving a preference in the news feed. All right. And what's cool about it is there's been a lot of studies that and a lot of research and a lot of social media experts that have found that when you go live frequently, it not only increases the reach and the push of your organic non-live content, so it also ends up lowering your ad cost if you are running ads as well. And so, part of the reason, and so one of the things that I did on day one is I did make time, and I did carve out time in the afternoon after our campaign was already up and running, and after we had already taken in about $9,000. I jumped on, did a live stream promoting the event, because I know that will help the other stuff that I put out. And then the other thing that you can do, if you want a little bit more control over your posts and your live stream content, is you can go live, and then you can amplify that live message by turning that live video that you did into a Facebook ad, and then you get to control what percentage of your feed or how much more of your feed actually gets that thing popping up in there. All right, and so that's really what I wanted to share with you. Yes, Social media algorithms do make it difficult for us to get out our message. And if we're relying on that as our number one strategy, it's going to be difficult. But the good news is that that doesn't have to be what we rely on. We can make a great product, and that will go a long way. We can build a list of fans who might want it. We can push that message and control that message by harnessing the power of news feeds. And by doing those things, we're going to increase the chances and increase the likelihood that our campaign is going to succeed. And it keeps us in the role of creator, in the role of boss, in the role of captain of our own ship, control of our own destiny, instead of putting us in like this victim complain mentality of, oh no, woe is me, the algorithm isn't doing my job for me, right? We don't want to be in that place. That place is not going to push you forward. You want to control whatever it is that you can control and take advantage of whatever forces and whatever tools and whatever tactics and strategies that are out there that are within your control. And you want to do it with a smile on your face. And that's really where I want to leave this one for you. Again, if you haven't grabbed this free Kickstarter roadmap, I'd love for you to go get it. It's very short, quick read, but it will give you a punch list and some items to take you to your next step on your journey. You can get it at comicslaunch.com/roadmap. If you have any questions about this, or if you've seen anything happen on your feeds, or you've noticed a change in what's going on in your social media promotion and the ability to get a message out, would love to hear your thoughts on that. And until then, I can't wait to see what you launch next. Have a great day and have a great weekend.